Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am your muse Traci and I am your favorite manifestation coach. I am here to inspire you and empower you to live the life of your dreams, to create on purpose exactly what you want in all areas of your life, to stop settling and to stop suffering. You are not here to suffer. If that sounds good to you, you are more than welcome to subscribe to my channel. And you know what, you guys, let's just get right into the topic for today. Let's dive right in. So today I am talking all about how to unleash your manifestation power through acceptance. Super excited to talk about this with you guys today. I've been talking about this a lot with my one-on-one clients. So I'm excited to share this in the video as well. So we're going to start off with a question. What if simple acceptance could unlock the secrets to your manifestation power, the unlimited power that you have to create in your reality? Just simple acceptance. So what if? This is what we're going to explore further in this video. So I'm sure you've all heard the phrase, what you resist persists. If you have not, super important thing to keep in mind, because it is true. What you resist persists. But have you heard what you look at or accept disappears? So let me read you one of my favorite quotes from Neale Donald Walsch from the book Conversations with God. What you resist persists. What you look at disappears. That is, it ceases to have its illusory form. You see it for what it is. And what it is can always be changed. It is only what it is it is only what is not that cannot be changed. Therefore, to change the isness, move into it. Do not resist it. Do not deny it. So let me repeat that part that I got a little bit jumbled up because that's sort of the important part. So he says, it is only what is not that cannot be changed, right? So in other words, if you are denying a portion of reality, i.e. not accepting it, you cannot change it because you are denying its existence. You're denying its isness. And so what you accept, you are also, therefore, able to change because you are accepting it. Okay, we're going to get a little bit deeper into that as we go. But that's the quote from Neale Donald Walsch, one of my favorite quotes from that book, one of my favorite books as well. So people think, a lot of my clients and people that I interact with, either in the comments or through email, that they need to continue to focus on the problem, or they need to continue to, remember that the 3D hasn't changed. The problem is still there. They need to insist that the problem be different in order for them to feel better or to feel more content or to feel more at ease or at peace. They think they have to keep going back to, yeah, but 3D is still showing this. So, okay, I have more work to do. I have to continue to, affirm or visualize, and I have to get this thing to change. This is essentially still being dependent on the external reality changing to feel differently, to feel more content, to feel more powerful, to feel more accomplished, whatever it is, which is the opposite of state control, which I was talking a lot about in my last video. If you haven't seen that video, definitely go and watch that as well, about state control. Because if you are not practicing state control, you're reacting. And if you're reacting, you're not creating. You're just regurgitating. So continuing to look at the 3D reality and notice maybe that it hasn't changed and still wanting and needing it to change is a big ball of resistance. And what you resist persists. So what to do then? What to do if what is in your 3D reality, you still feel like you need it to change, you need it to be different? Well, let's talk about it. So first and foremost, everything is your creation, everything. So when you hate, detest, despise something, you feel very strongly that you need this thing to be different in your reality. This thing that is currently in your reality is your own creation, and it's a part of creation. It is. It's in your reality. It's a part of creation, and it's your creation. So when you are needing it to be different, when you are denying it, when you are hating and detesting it, you're hating and detesting your own creation. You're denying part of your own creation. And therefore you're starting to deny something, a part of yourself. Because again, that is your creation. Now you might have created it, unconsciously. Usually things that are showing up that we don't want, we created them unconsciously. So when you really need those things to be different and you firmly stand still, and you just need it to be different, you're going to hold it there. You're going to hold it in place in front of you. And you're going to hold it there until you can accept the current reality exactly as it is. You can practice state control where you feel good anyway. You can even have appreciation for, again, your creation, this thing in your circumstances that you don't necessarily like. Maybe, again, you detest it or loathe it or, can't stand it. It's still part of your creation. So you can love that part of creation. You can accept it fully. And you need to be able to do that so that you can get back to controlling your state, get back to feeling neutral, get back to feeling like I can choose my state regardless of what, is in my reality that I don't exactly prefer right now. I can accept that, get back to practicing state control, and that acceptance of what is exactly what allows it to melt and transmute, to alchemize into exactly what it is that you want. Now, I want to talk a little bit about why people sometimes struggle to practice this level or this type of acceptance. First one, you still think that the universe misunderstands you. This is a big one. So a lot of times when I'm coaching my one-on-one clients, they think, no, Traci, if I accept what is, isn't the universe going to misunderstand me and think that this is actually what I want? And, the kind of fundamental flaw there is you see the universe as separate from you, like it could actually misunderstand you. No, the universe is you. Universe, God, your higher self, whatever you want to call it, it's all you. It's all another aspect or portion of you. So if you know what you want, the universe, the other aspect or portion of you, there's no chance of it being confused. There is no risk of it being confused. If you know what you want, God, the universe, your higher self knows exactly what you want, and you practicing acceptance of what is never, ever, ever going to create confusion about that. Because when you accept what is, you're not changing what you want. You're just dropping the resistance. You're just letting go of the resistance. You're letting go of the struggle. You're just accepting. Actually, you still know very firmly what you want, and you probably have a greater sense of faith and conviction that what you want will be showing up. Is actually, it already exists, and it's just about you dropping the resistance in order to have it show up in your 3D reality. So, misunderstanding or myth number one, busted, right? We got this cleared up once and for all. There is no risk of the universe misunderstanding you when you practice acceptance. Okay. Myth or mistaken, kind of thought process number two that I see a lot is people think that when they accept what is, that they're settling. right? So they think if they stay in discontent, if they stay in a little bit unhappy with what is, then they are not settling. Well, you're not settling, but you're also resisting. And when you resist it, you hold it in place. But acceptance doesn't mean you're settling. Again, this kind of is very much correlated with the first one. You think acceptance is saying, the universe is going to misunderstand you and get the signal like, yeah, they're just good with this now. So it's probably, the same as the first one or very much related. But I get this specific feedback from my clients a lot of times. Yeah, but if I accept this, then aren't I just settling for less than what I really want? No, you are not. You are getting out of your own way. You still, again, know very clearly what it is that you want. And when you accept the current reality, you're just getting out of your own way so that your reality can shift and transmute and alchemize. And you can shift into the parallel reality where what you want is going to show up in your 3D reality. So it is not settling. And the last one is sometimes people think they have to stay in a state of discontent until they get what they want. Sort of like how you would do it with your parents, right? So when you were a child and you wanted something, what did you do? You kept asking and asking and asking and asking, and you wouldn't let it go and you wouldn't drop it and you wouldn't, just be happy or move on. No, you stayed in this sort of unhappy state or in the state of discontent to let your parents know that you really wanted something and you really needed something before you would sort of like change your mood, be happier. And sometimes I find people are still trying to pull this type of thing with the universe. Doesn't work. So these are the top 3 reasons that I see people, when I'm teaching them about acceptance, when I'm discussing acceptance, these are the top 3 things that I come back as reasons why they don't allow themselves to accept. So we got those things cleared up. Now everybody's free to understand acceptance and practice acceptance, because again, this is one of the keys, if not the key, to unleashing your manifestation power, right? Everything is already available to you. Everything. So, but it's available to you. But if you have a big ball of resistance, you cannot experience it. Not because it's not available, not because it hasn't been created yet, not because you're not worthy. No, none of those things. It's because you, with your resistance, are firmly planted in the current reality, and your reality can't shift and morph and transmute into what you want because you're still resisting what is. Okay? So probably the biggest turning point, aha moment, key in your journey is just relax and accept what is. Nobody's going to misunderstand you. It's not about settling for what is, just settling for less. No, you never have to settle for less, ever, ever, ever. But you do have to get out of your own way and stop resisting in order to allow your reality to shift and morph and alchemize, because your reality is just following you. Your reality is just following you. It's just mirroring you and what you're doing. So if it's not moving, you must not be moving. You must not be shifting internally. So if you can practice accepting what is currently, then you allow it to melt. You allow it to fade. You allow it to alchemize and transmute into what you prefer. If you understand that the universe is you and nothing will be misunderstood, if you accept what is, if you know what you want, again, God, universe, your higher self also knows exactly what you want, probably better than you even know. The minute details that maybe you weren't even consciously aware of, your higher self knows those things. And, because your higher self is you. Your higher self is you. And so there's no risk of misunderstanding. So, how to get there? When you develop full faith in the law and in yourself, you can easily let go and accept fully what currently is, releasing all need for it to be different because you have fully integrated the knowing that it will be different. Thy will be done, right? You know that your desires are understood. And when you drop all resistance, i.e., accept everything that currently is, and you release the need for it to be different, this is the very moment that everything can shift and morph and alchemize into what it is that you actually prefer. Everything is waiting on you, as I've said before in many other videos. Waiting doesn't make any sense. Everything is waiting on you. Creation is finished. What are you waiting for? No, everything is waiting on you. So holding on does nothing. Resisting does nothing other than hold the current reality firmly in place. So if the current reality is not what you prefer, this is definitely something for you to practice. There's no risk. There's no risk. There's only benefit to it. And again, if you struggle with accepting what is, maybe your challenge is different than the top three that I listed. But whatever your challenge is, it's good to know what your challenge specifically is. What is your challenge? Because if you know what your challenge to letting go and accepting the current reality, if you know what you're currently being challenged with practicing that, then you can increase your faith, increase your knowledge of the law, belief in the law, right? But if you don't know what it is for you, you can't really work on that skill or that belief or that integration that you need. So this acceptance is one of the key ways that you will also allow yourself to live in the end. If you have no resistance to what currently is, you can live in your end now. You can accept your end now without needing to see it, right? We're living in the end, which is, of course, the key to manifesting anything that you want to experience: love, SP, money, career, anything that you want. So my next group coaching is all about living in the end. And we're going to talk about the fundamentals to living in the end, how to use your emotions as guidance to live in the end, how to handle opposites and stay in the end, and practical ways to practice living in the end. It is a practice. It's not really like a technique. It's one of those things that is a moment to moment to moment to moment to moment practice. So we're also going to talk in detail about how you do it. How do you live in the end? What are some practical ways? There's not just one way. There's a few different ways. And I'm going to go into detail about all of those things. And the next group coaching session is starting in about a month. And the details are coming in the next couple of days. It's all in the works right now. So stay tuned for all of that. Also, please leave a comment leave me a comment down below the video and share your experience with acceptance. Share if you've really started to master it, if you feel like it's still a challenge for you. Share in the comments. Maybe you have a tip or a trick, what you had to work on to practice acceptance, what you think your challenges are to practicing acceptance. Leave a comment down below. It's always useful for other people to see your challenges or your successes. And I love reading your comments as well. All right, you guys, that's it for this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.